How's it going, everybody? This is Terminator Juice, and instead of playing this game right here, I gotta make this video because I said something in my predicting game reviews video, and I stand by it. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it in the description. But basically, I predicted what games Rev3, the YouTube channel Rev3games, which games they would review, which ones they wouldn't, and I gave a score prediction for all the games regardless. And I was going to see, how accurate I was. And in that video, I said if they didn't review Super Mario 3D World, I was going to no longer support that channel. I was going to unsubscribe and no longer go to their website, and basically just I'd be done with them. And I said it, and I meant it, and guess what? It's November 22nd, it's 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and there's no review for Super Mario 3D World. I guess there's a chance they could upload it today at some point, but you could tell they weren't planning on it because they got all their other Xbox One reviews out like at 3 in the morning as soon as the embargo lifted. The embargo for 3D World lifted on the 19th, so there's no reason there shouldn't be a review. But that might seem a little fanboyish to stop watching them and not support them because they didn't do a game review, but that's not all that they've done wrong in my eyes. And I'm going to list everything leading up to my decision, and you guys give me your thoughts after you hear what I have to say. Am I being irrational? Am I being a fanboy? I am a multi-console owner, like I keep saying. My game of the year right now is The Last of Us on the PS3, so I'm not just saying this from a Nintendo fan perspective. But the worst part about it is Rev3games is my favorite YouTube channel. They've been for about 2 years now. I really liked their reviews, thought they were funny, and they did them in a unique way. And then everything changed in, I think it was October 2012, when this guy Adam Sessler basically took over the channel. And I had never heard of him. You guys believe me or not, I'd never heard the name Adam Sessler in my life until that video he posted announcing he was joining Rev3. But he seemed like a cool guy. He's a Nintendo fan, and I liked what he had to say, so I was cool with it. Their Wii U review was a little, I would say, rushed. They actually reviewed the system. Him and Tara sat down before the Miiverse went live, before the War Plaza went live. They felt they needed to get the review out, I guess, the morning the system came out. And, they didn't give it a fair review, in my opinion. They should at least waited till the Miiverse and everything went live, and then they could have, because in my opinion, the Miiverse is the biggest reason to get a Wii U over the competition. I mean, the Miiverse community is great and all that. So they started off kind of on a bad foot. I bought the Wii U at launch, and their review was a little sad. I thought they should have gave it another review a little bit later after all the features and everything were there, but whatever. I still watched all their videos. And then comes March 2013. Wii U exclusive game, Lego City Undercover, comes out. There was hardly any games out at that time. I think BioShock was the only other game really that I know of. And they didn't review the game, and I was scratching my head, and I'm like, that seems curious, but I wasn't going to write off their channel because of that. And then a couple months later, Nintendo announces, it might have been the next month, they announced they weren't going to do a big E3 press conference. So Adam Sessler felt the need to get in a video basically bad-mouthing Nintendo, saying it was a terrible decision. I think he said Iwata needed to get fired, Reggie needed to get fired, and he took it very personal. Reasons I don't know, I'm not going to sit here and assume. Going on to E3, a lot of people were excited about the Nintendo, all the games they were going to show, and they had a lot of demos, and their showroom floor was very well received by just about everyone that was there. And Rev3games did about 80 videos, I think, in that 3-day span they uploaded. Only 3 of them were Nintendo videos. 3 out of 80. Does that sound like equal? Nintendo's 1/3 of the gaming industry. Only got 3 videos. One was a recap of the Nintendo Direct done by Max Scoville. You could tell he didn't want to do it. You could tell he stayed up all night and was tired and angry and ornery. It was unprofessional. It was just a bunch of bullshit. The other video was Tara and Max. They did like a 5-minute video showing off the showroom floor for Nintendo. And Max played one game on the 3DS, the Yoshi game, and Tara played Mario Kart 8, and that was it. And then the third video was a Sonic Lost Worlds preview that was 4 minutes long, and basically she just gave it no chance and just said she didn't like it. They did mention Nintendo in another video, but it was very brief. And in contrast, one of the worst reviewed games this year, Rise, Son of Rome, got 2 full preview videos, one a developer interview, one was a hands-on preview, and then another video where they talked about it for almost a full 10 minutes. I said in my E3 recap videos, I said that looked like the biggest piece of shit game I'd ever seen, and looks like I called that one. I could see it. I mean, I've been gaming a long time. I could see that game was worthless, and the reviews say I was right. So why would that piece of shit game get as equal coverage as Nintendo as a whole? One worthless game got as many videos as all of Nintendo. I should have unsubbed right there, but I was going to give them a chance. Luigi U and Wario Game & Watch came out soon after that. Neither of those games got reviewed. You know, Game & Wario wasn't well received. It was a mini game collection. That one didn't bother me. Luigi U, I figured, you know, it's DLC. You know, maybe they don't review DLC. Well, I was wrong because they did Borderlands 2 and Bioshock. They reviewed the DLC, so wrong there. But then they redeemed themselves and they reviewed Pikmin 3, and it got a good review. Felt like they gave the game a fair chance, and they kind of redeemed themselves with me. I didn't forget, but I kind of forgave them. But then they slapped me right down again with Pikmin, or with the Rayman Legends. They review the Xbox 360 version and don't even play the Wii U version to compare and contrast the Murphy levels with touchscreen on the Wii U versus hitting the B button on the 360. That game should have been played on the Wii U, at least 2 players, so that you give a fair opinion on what it's like to play one person with the touchscreen, one person with a regular controller. She still gave it 5 out of 5, but the fact they didn't review the Wii U version, I thought was a slap in the face to Ubisoft, to the development team, to Nintendo fans. Then they kind of redeemed themselves again by reviewing The Wonderful 101, a game I thought no way in hell they're going to review. You know, they did. Didn't get a great review, but they reviewed it. So here I am giving them the benefit of the doubt again, and just like somebody in a bad relationship, you keep giving them second chances, and I gave them another chance. They did a preview of Wind Waker HD. Anthony Carboni or whatever did a great preview. So I was like, oh man, I can't wait for the review. The preview was great. They didn't do a review. One of the best games this year. Amazing remake of one of the better Zelda games. Adam Cecil even said Wind Waker was his favorite Zelda game. Maybe he has some dumb rule about not reviewing remakes. I don't know, but that game was just like a brand new game with all the improvements they made. But whatever. Like I said, it's a remake. I wasn't ready to throw in the towel yet. But then, after that, I decided to make a predictions video, which I mentioned. I said if they don't review 3D World, I'm done. And, well, it wasn't just 3D World. First, they didn't review Sonic Lost Worlds. Sonic's a big franchise. There's millions of fans out there. They didn't review that game. They reviewed Lego Marvel Superheroes, a game that sold like shit. They reviewed every piece of crap next-gen PS4, Xbox One game, like, they made sure they got Rise out. They made sure they got Knack. 2 of the worst reviewed games of the year. Then it comes time, November 22nd. Super Mario 3D World, not reviewed. Like I said in the beginning of this video. That's 6 exclusives you didn't review for a system. 1/3 of the gaming industry is Nintendo. You're too busy kissing the ass of Microsoft and Sony. It's like they got sucked into the hype, like they're fanboys. It's like you watching VG charts and only reviewing the games that have the most pre-orders. I don't understand this. It's absolute bullshit. It's 3D World and Sonic were the final straw. I cannot take it anymore. I'm no longer going to give them my attention, my time, and unless somebody leaves me a comment saying that they uploaded that game late or they switched their focus, they admitted that they needed to cover more Nintendo games, I'm never going back to that channel. I don't ever want to hear the name Adam Sessler unless he comes out and gives us some reason why, and it somehow is convincing. But am I being a fanboy? Am I acting butthurt? I don't know. I think I'm a pretty rational person. You guys, let me know what you think, and you know, I guess we'll just leave it at that, and we'll see you on the next video.